So I'll be honest with you, my training this week has completely sucked for a variety of reasons, which I'm going to get onto in a second. And once or twice on my way to the gym, I was seriously talking myself out of it, out of not going for a coffee instead. Basically justifying not to go in any way I can, thinking things like 5 or 6 training sessions a week is enough. Take a rest day, you've been uber consistent with your training since arriving in Colombia, you're okay to have a few days off, it's normal, you've got other way more important things to do in your day, you can skip today's training session. Or the best one, the gym is going to be completely rammed at 6 or 7 p.m. tonight, you're not going to be able to get onto any good equipment, so you may as well just do the same session tomorrow morning. All of these excuses, and remember, there's nothing more worthless than an excuse, but I seriously considered using any of them. It's just so easy to talk yourself out of doing anything if you really want to, right? There's no accountability there. It's just you versus you. But luckily for you, I didn't listen to those excuses, so I still have an air of authority so I can talk to you about this. And I'm not a complete hypocrite. And funny enough, I know I've said this before, I know loads of personal trainers who would have used those excuses. And the next time you're in the gym, just have a little look around. You'll be able to spot the personal trainers that skip their own training sessions or just have loads of crappy training weeks in a row. Anyway, back to the point of the video. So why have my training sessions this week particularly sucked when they don't usually? Usually I'm good. The sessions flow, I enjoy them, I hit some PBs. It just comes down to this. I had other much more important things to do on my mind. Just because I'm an online fitness coach and in the fitness industry and I help people get in shape for a living, that's what pays my bills. Details in the description below if you want to work with me, by the way. It doesn't mean that my own training is always my top priority. I'm not a 25-year-old who still lives with their parents who just films himself training every single day for YouTube with no other responsibilities. Nor am I a professional IFBB pro bodybuilder who has a £100,000 a year contract with Gymshark and all I've got to do is hit the gym, maybe make some YouTube videos and eat. I've got clients to help, projects to organize, tax to pay, dogs to look after, Spanish to learn, property to manage, visas to arrange. And this week, all of those things have been on my mind. I've basically been looking at my phone at every single opportunity in my waking day. Yep, even in my rest periods, I basically do my set of 10 to 12 reps, straight away look at my phone, back on email, back listening to WhatsApp voice messages, trying to understand what the hell the Colombian person is trying to say to me in the voice note, and just trying to get things done. It's not ideal, I know, and I'll be the first one to say, don't check your phone during rest periods. I used to do this last year when I used to train clients one-on-one on the gym floor. There'd be a no phone policy because I knew them too well. They would just be on their phone all the time. But sometimes you just have to. Not all the time, sure, but sometimes you do. You can't just lock yourself away all the time, not check your phone ever, and only concentrate on one thing. Sometimes you have to juggle life a little bit. And for me, this week was a complete exception. The training session sucked, no PBs, no good pump, nothing to write home about, no momentum built up during the week, meaning that I just dreaded tomorrow's training session, which made the whole thing even worse. But then my point is that a wasted week? Should I have just not even bothered going to the gym? Would it have been better just to conserve my energy, realize I'm not gonna have a good training week, take my foot off the gas pedal, maybe even have a deload, talk myself into it, and then go again next week? Well, think about it like this. Do the best football teams win something every single year? Do the best performing hedge funds beat the S&P 500 every single year? Or do the most successful music artists have a #1 hit every single song? Obviously not. They all have ups and downs. That's life. That's part of the game. Some seasons where Barcelona had Lionel Messi playing for them, they didn't win anything. Not every year Citadel's flagship hedge fund, which you can't even join, beats the S&P 500. Not every single one of Taylor Swift's songs makes it to #1, or maybe even the top 10. It doesn't mean they're not the best. It doesn't mean they're not trying. It doesn't mean they're not making progress. It just means we live in the real world, right? You won't always have a better and better training week. It just doesn't work like that. You'll dip sometimes. You're not always going to be able to load the bar up with more weight than you did last time. Otherwise, everyone will be bench pressing 150 kilos. You plateau. Not every single one of your weeks looks exactly the same as the last. You might have a busy week one week, then a quiet week the next week. Some weeks you can really lock in and focus on your training. Other weeks it just takes a back seat. But is that a good enough reason not to keep going? To quit? To take an unscheduled rest day or an unscheduled rest week? To listen to your internal dialogue telling you to not go and just go for a coffee instead? And honestly, yeah, some people do that. I'd actually say most people do that. Then wonder why they don't get anywhere with their body composition. Because by and large, most people are not in good shape. In the gym, yes, you see lots of other people in shape, but that's a false positive. You walk around the street in the same area where the gym is, you'll be the only person in good shape. So the key is to keep going. to keep plodding away, remembering it's a marathon and not a sprint, through the bad weeks, through the bad training sessions, through the patches where you're not motivated, just like the best teams do, like the best hedge funds do, like the best artists do. The year after Barcelona didn't win anything, they won the treble. Hedge funds hit double-digit returns a year after they had a quiet year. Music artists have comebacks all the time. There are so many, I'm not even going to bother listing them off to you. Hang in there. Stay in the game. You never know when you're going to be able to turn the page and hit the good times again. But the trick is not to quit and just keep plodding along. I hope you found this video helpful, and I will see you in the next one.